The ancient Greeks created a vast mythology which has found its way into the Western side and much of popular culture. The numerous stories surrounding mythological figures in ancient Greece shaped the lives of the people of ancient Greece and later Rome. Greek mythology is sometimes known as classical mythology, especially when referred to in conjunction with Roman myth. There have been many Greek gods mentioned across the thousands of stories in Greek mythology. From the Olympian gods all the way down to the many minor gods, the gods, much like the Greek goddesses of history, have very exaggerated personalities, and they are plagued with personal flaws and negative emotions despite the immortality and superhero-like powers. Fasten your seatbelts, my dear viewers, and we will tackle about the complete list of Greek gods and goddesses, their names, and their realms of influence. First on the list is Achelous. Achelous is the patron god of the silver swirling Achelous River. She is known as she who washes away pain, was a minor Greek moon goddess. She was frequently the recipient of sacrifices ordered by the Dodonian oracle in order for her subjects to be cured of their ailments. Next is Aeolus. Aeolus is the Greek god of winds and air. Aeolus was the keeper of the winds and king of the island Aeolia, one of the abrupt rocky Lipara islands close to Sicily. Later classical writers regarded him as a god. Alastor, god of family feuds and avenger of evil deeds. Alastor often refers to a concept or different people. A specialist in Greek grammar and a dictionary compiler claim that Alastor was a nickname Zeus used to describe himself as the avenger of evil deeds. Zeus was the Olympian god of the sky, thunder, lightning, justice, order, and the law. Apollo is an Olympian god of music, poetry, art, oracles, archery, plague, medicine, sun, light, and knowledge. Ares. Ares is the god of war, represented the physical, violent, and untamed aspect of war. The Greeks were ambivalent towards Ares. Although he embodied the physical valor necessary for success in war, he was a dangerous force, overwhelming, insatiable in battle, destructive, and manslaughtering. Asclepius. Asclepius is the god of medicine, health, healing, rejuvenation, and physicians. Asclepius represents the healing aspect of the medical arts. His daughters are Hygeia, Hygiene, Iaso, the goddess of recuperation from illness, Accesso, the goddess of the healing process, Aigle, the goddess of glow and good health, and Panakia, the goddess of universal remedy. Atlas. Atlas is the primordial titan of astronomy, condemned by Zeus to carry the world on his back after the titan lost the war. Chaos, the nothingness that all else sprung from, a god who filled the gap between heaven and earth and created the first beings, Gaia, Tartarus, Uranus, Nyx, and Erebus. Charon. Charon is the ferryman of Hades, took the newly dead people across the river Styx and Acheron to the Greek underworld if they paid him 3 obolus, a Greek silver coin. Cronus. Cronus is the titan father of Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. Dionysus. Dionysus, an Olympian god of the grape harvest, winemaking and wine, of ritual madness, religious ecstasy, and theater. Wine played an important role in Greek culture, and the cult of Dionysus was the main religion focus for its unrestrained consumption. Eros. Eros is the god of sexual desire, attraction, love, and procreation. Some myths make him a primordial god, while in other myths, he is the son of Aphrodite. He is one of the winged love gods, Erotis. Hades. Hades is the god of the dead and riches, and the king of the underworld. Hades was the eldest son of Cronus and Rhea, although the last son regurgitated by his father. He and his brothers Zeus and Poseidon defeated their father's generation of gods, the Titans, and claimed rulership over the cosmos. Hades received the underworld, Zeus the sky, and Poseidon the sea, with the solid earth belonging the province of Gaia, available to all three concurrently. Hephaestus. Hephaestus is the god of fire, metalworking, stone masonry, forges, and the art of sculpture. Created weapons for the gods and married to Aphrodite. Heracles. Heracles is the great of the Greek heroes. He became god of heroes, sports, athletes, health, agriculture, fertility, trade, oracles, and divine protector of mankind, known as the strongest man on earth. He also known as the name of Hercules. Hermes. Hermes is the god of trade, thieves, travelers, sports, athletes, and border crossings, guide to the underworld, and the messenger of the gods. Pan. Pan is the god of nature, the wild, shepherds, flocks, goats, mountain wilds, and is often associated with sexuality. Also a satyr, half man, half goat. Poseidon. Poseidon is the Olympian Greek god of the sea, earthquakes, storms, and horses. Tartarus. Tartarus is the god of deep abyss, a great pit in the depths of the underworld and father of Typhon. Zeus. Zeus is the god of the sky, lightning, thunder, law, order, justice, king of the gods, and the father of gods and men. Aphrodite. Aphrodite is the goddess of love and beauty and married to Hephaestus. Artemis. Artemis is the virginal goddess of the hunt and twin sister of Apollo. Athena. Athena is the goddess of wisdom, poetry, art, and war strategy, daughter of Zeus and born from his forehead fully grown, wearing battle armor. Circe. Circe is a goddess of magic who transformed her enemies or those that insulted her into beasts. Demeter. Demeter is the goddess of agriculture, fertility, sacred law, and harvest. Gaia. Gaia is the primal Greek goddess of the earth, known as the Great Mother of all and often referred to as Mother Earth. Hera. Hera is the goddess of goddesses, women, and marriage, married to Zeus and known as Queen of the Gods. Hestia. Hestia is the goddess of home, architecture, domesticity, family, and the state, also one of the Hesperides. Mania. Mania is the spirit goddess of insanity, madness, crazed frenzy, and the dead. Persephone. Persephone is the goddess of vegetation and spring and queen of the underworld. Lives off season in the underworld as the wife of Hades. Selene. Selene is the goddess of moon, sometimes referred to as Luna, and the mother of vampires. The heroes are the probably best known part of Greek mythology, but what makes them a hero? Having monsters to fight, that's what. Luckily for the heroes, and ancient Greeks had the strangest, coolest, most terrifying creatures and monsters. In this section, you'll learn interesting facts about information about the many creatures and monsters of ancient Greek mythology. Many of the great Greek monsters were descendants of Typhon. Typhon is the most deadly monster of Greek mythology. Typhon was the last son of Gaia. Fathered by Tartarus, he was known as the father of all monsters. Instead of a human head, 100 dragon heads erupted from Typhon's neck and shoulders. His wife Echidna, half woman, half snake, was likewise the mother of all monsters. Orthrus, a fearsome two-headed hound that lived with giants. Sphinx. Sphinx is a half-human, half-lion who would slay anybody who did not answer her riddles. When Oedipus was able to answer the riddle correctly, she jumped into the ocean unfit of range and drowned. Nemean lion, a gigantic lion with impenetrable skin that eventually became the star constellation Leo. Cerberus. This well-known monster was a three-headed dog that guarded the entrance of Hades in the underworld. Aden, a serpentine dragon that guarded the golden apples of the Garden of Hesperides. Lernaean Hydra, an ancient serpent-like water monster with reptilian traits and many heads that multiplied if they were cut off. Chimera, a monstrous fire-breathing hybrid creature with the body of a lion, the head of a goat, and a tail with a snake's head. Arachne, whose name was later used for words like arachnid and acronophobia. There's a very little fear about the story of Arachne. However, hers is a cautionary tale about pride that we can learn all from. According to the myth, Arachne was a very famous, talented weaver. Centaurs. In Greek mythology, centaurs are half-man, half-horse creatures that inhabited the mountains and forests of Thessaly. Centaurs were said to be primal, existing in tribes and making their homes in caves, hunting wild animals, and arming themselves with rocks and tree branches. Cyclops. The Cyclops were giant, one-eyed monsters, a wild race of flawless creatures who possesses neither social manners nor fear of the gods. Cyclops means round eye.
The harpies were mythical monsters in Greek mythology that had a form of a bird with a human female face. Often agents of punishment, they abducted people and tortured them in their way to Hades' domain, employed by the god as instruments for the punishment of the guilty. Medusa, one of the most popular monsters of Greek mythology. Medusa was a beautiful maiden with a golden hair. She vowed to be celibate her entire life as a priestess of Athena until she fell in love with Poseidon. She went against her vow and married him. For this, Athena punished her hideously. She turned Medusa into a hideous creature with snakes as her hair. Minotaur is one of the classics of Greek mythology and contains an extraordinary number of important elements. Characters like the brilliant Daedalus, strong Theseus, evil King Minos, and his beautiful daughter Ariadne all make an appearance in this story. The concept of the labyrinth or the endless underground maze. Ephemus. Cyclops are the only beasts of the first creation that are not punished by Zeus when he overthrows his father Cronus. This may have something to do with them being his nephews as son of Poseidon, and no, there are no female Cyclops. Scylla is a sea monster who lives on the rocks of a narrow water channel opposite of the whirlpool, and originally also a sea monster. Charybdis, ship caught in between Scylla and Charybdis, often end up being sunk. The sirens were creatures that sang beautifully, luring those passing by to their deaths. Each siren combined the appearance of a woman and a bird with the exact appearance varying depending on the artist. Thank you for visiting my vlog and hope you liked this video and give a thumbs up. Goodbye!